Hello slimy fertilers. Last time I did a video I said I'm going to lay off Justin for a while because I didn't want to seem like I'm obsessed with him, but Justin, he's a good lad. He's a gift that just keeps on fucking giving. And over the past week or so he's actually put out two videos. The one that I'm going to look at in this particular instance is his most recent one, in which he tries to say that if you refuse to have sex, well, he uses the word date, but what he actually means is if you refuse to have sex with a bisexual person, then that means you're biphobic. The other video is where he tries to address a matter of law. I will discuss that in another video. So anyways, let's get on with this one and see what he says.
Let's go through a little hypothetical situation. Let's say a lesbian and a bisexual woman meet at a bar.
Oh, looks like he's kicking off with a joke here, because it sounds like a nice setup. Carry on.
They talk for a couple hours and they both really like each other.
I'm guessing that the ending's going to be something along the lines of, and then they went home and they scissored like fuck and, had drunken sex, which is actually rape or something. That's the level of SJW jokes. Interesting to see where he's going with this one.
They both think the other one is really attractive and nice and funny and smart, and they click really well together.
And then they went back to a hotel room where it turned out that the lesbian was into scat play or something. I don't know. It's getting a bit tricky, this. I don't know whether Justin's got a lot more advanced comedy than me, but I'm expecting a really good punchline.
But then, towards the end of the night, the bisexual woman mentions something about an ex-boyfriend.
Alright, we're going to go down the route of an embarrassing STD or something like that. Yeah, we're starting to get back on track a little bit, I think.
And when the lesbian asks her about it, she says that she's bi. So the lesbian woman gets mad. She thinks that's gross and feels like she's wasted her time, so she storms off without saying a word.
That's it. That's your idea of a punchline for a joke. Fuck's sakes. Yeah, Justin, don't give up your day job. And I'd warn you against doing like open mic night at Jonglers or anything like that, because you will die on your ass, and you'll probably be so embarrassed that you won't come out and show your face in public for at least 18 months. No, I'm not saying no, go do open mic night at Jonglers, please, for fuck's sakes, man.
This kind of situation is really common. All the bisexual...
Wait a minute, what was that I just saw flash up in the bottom left-hand corner there when he said all bisexuals? Go Pika eyeball power. The fuck? So he says all bisexuals that he knows, but then down in the bottom corner he quickly flashes up most of in an almost subliminal level speed. So basically what he's doing at this point is he's lying, because his mouth says one thing but his video says another. Mind you, it's not outside the realms of possibility that he can know somebody like that. I will admit I've heard people with stories like that before, but we'll go into that a little bit later. But to me, I think he's going to start pulling stuff out of his arse. I mean, bear in mind that what started off as appearing to be some sort of joke was in fact a morality tale, just to set up his premise. Yeah, where's he going with this?
People I know have some kind of story about how lesbians or gay men have suddenly become disinterested in them after finding out that they're bi. That's...
Oh, for fuck's sakes, Justin, you've made yet another video in which you say that basically because people have certain preferences and don't want to have sex with certain people or certain types of people, that they've got some sort of ism against them or bigotry or whatever. Yes, people have preferences, and those preferences don't always allow them to be able to, enter relationships or have sex with certain people. I mean, you keep using the word date. Why don't you just say what you mean and say have sex or enter relationships with? Date? I've fucking taken a friend's wife out on a date. A date is just, going out with somebody and having a bit of fun together, in a way that's different from hanging around with your mates. No, fuck me, it's gonna make me get mad again.
Textbook biphobia. That's discriminating against someone for no other reason than their sexual orientation.
No, that is a person turning down another person because they're exercising their right to not enter into a relationship or a sexual relationship with someone based on their own personal reasons. At no time is any one individual obligated to enter into any kind of relationship with another, be it a friendship, be it a sexual relationship, or an emotional relationship, or anything like that. You are not under any obligation to do so. Even if you meet a person and you get on really well and you click, you're under no obligation, both sides, neither side is under any obligation to enter into that relationship, or take the relationship a step further. At which you would understand and respect if you followed your own rules. Once again, Justin is trying to tell people that they are obligated to basically have sex with anyone who comes up to them. Somehow, though, Justin, I reckon that if I came round to your house and said I wanted to have a threesome with you and your missus, I bet you'd say no, wouldn't you? Right, well, that's some sort of phobia. You might not like the look of me, you might think I'm too fat, you might think I'm too overbearing or crude or whatever, but you'd still refuse to have fucking a threesome with me and your missus. That's a little phobic, don't you think, Justin? Just a quick disclaimer here. I would never even want to have sex with Justin Dennis at all, because quite frankly, he's an ugly cunt.
And this kind of biphobia is rampant in the LGBT plus community.
Now, here's right here in a sense. Within the gay community, there are certain individuals who do believe themselves superior to the other individuals in that community, simply because of circumstances. For example, there are some gay men who believe that because they were born by caesarean section and have never had any kind of contact with females' intimate parts in any fashion, that they are, better gay men because they have never touched or been near a vagina. In a similar sense, there are some lesbians who believe that they are better because they have only ever had any kind of intimate contact with women. They have never seen or touched a male penis, whether flaccid or erect, in their lives. And it's kind of a shitty thing, but that's their preference. They believe that, and that's their little moat of power that they've got over others. I'm the best gay here, sort of thing. And that you can't fault them for that. You can't change that. If they don't want to go with someone based on the fact that that person may have had congress with touched a vagina or a penis at some point in their life, and they find the idea of penises and vaginas disgusting, then that's their prerogative. You can't tell people what to do. Again, Justin, he's doing this thing where he seems to think that he has some sort of license to pontificate about what other people can and can't do with their emotions and with their genitalia. It's almost as if at some point he attended a seminary and studied to become a Catholic priest, because Catholics are obsessed with sex. They say that their God spends all his time, keeping an eye on what people do, with their naughty bits. And if I was their God, I'd have got bored of that, centuries ago, and I'd have moved on to something a little bit more interesting, something like, bare ankles, maybe, bare ankles, fucking hell,
Like, obviously this is a problem with straight people too, but I think we can all acknowledge when straight people are being biphobic. If a straight girl doesn't want to date a guy because she thinks it's gross that he's bisexual, that's pretty obviously biphobic.
There are any number of reasons why straight people, don't hook up or date, as he likes to refer to it as. In this instance, he's saying a straight girl doesn't want to hook up with a bisexual man that she finds attractive, but once she knows he's bisexual, it disgusts her. Quite simply, he may not want to go enter into any kind of relationship with her. She may be afraid that his sexual dalliances with men has given him some kind of disease that she doesn't want to catch. There are any number of reasons why, and again, it's all down to your personal preferences. Now, like I've said before, sometimes your personal preferences might sound a bit shitty, but it's up to the individual who they find attractive and who they agree to go into a relationship with. It's not up to you, Dennis, and it's certainly not up to a collective of self-entitled, sexually inexperienced, because a lot of you are little bigots that like to think that it's up to them what other people do. It's not. What other people do is none of your fucking business and never will be.
That guy's bisexuality wouldn't hurt her in any way, but she still feels disgusted by it. And vice versa, if a straight guy didn't want to date a bisexual girl because he didn't like the idea that she's had romantic feelings for girls, that's obvious biphobia. But when it's within the queer community, we seem to think this kind of behavior is okay for some reason.
That's because what other people do, regardless of their sexuality, is none of your fucking business, Justin.
Tons of lesbians and gay men have no problem saying they would never date a bisexual person. And that really just leads to the further exclusion and marginalization of bi people. Even bisexual people can be biphobic. Amber Rose said she would never date a bisexual man because it makes her uncomfortable. Like, what? How does that make any sense?
It makes perfect sense, you fucking muppet. It's just that you won't accept that other people have the agency to choose which partners they'll go with. What's wrong, Justin? Did somebody turn you down earlier in life that you really, really wanted, and they just would not let you fucking near them with your flaccid little penor? Just because that happened, life's tough. You don't always get what you want, and that includes what you do with your pee-pee. You can't. I've explained it enough times now. You do not have any say over what anyone else does with their fucking genitalia. That's it. If you don't get that, then you're a fucking moron. Right, that's it. I'm done now with this. Link to the full video will be in the description as usual. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Follow me on Twitter at the Twitter ID on the screen, and if you're feeling really generous, you can stick a few pounds or whatever in the tip cup through my PayPal donation. All donations are welcome, and thank you if you make a donation. So I'm going to go and lay down for a bit now, because this exposure to Justin Stupid gives me a fucking headache. Thanks a lot for watching. See you later.